Research has shown that within 4 to 6 seconds, you can make a lasting impression. 2019, I am a new employee at a college, and I am tasked with being the face of the office. My job is to work with students one-on-one, as well as work with faculty, work with organizations, student-run, teach them academic theory with practice. Love it. Why? Because I am a proud millennial. I'm a proud first-generation college graduate. I'm a proud first-generation U.S. citizen. My job is to showcase I might be a suit and tie, but I'm young. I'm one of you. We can make it. We can make progress. So I am tasked with talking to this large crowd very soon after I start. The topic is professional etiquette. I am channeling my inner Justin Timberlake suit and tie, dressed to the nines. As I'm in the midst of my first of two back-to-back presentations, I think I'm killing it. I see a single tears coming out of eyes. I see standing ovations waiting to be done. And I am telling them everything they need to know about their inevitable professional future. That's the appetizer, presentation 1. Presentation 2, weirdly enough, just as good, if not better. That's what the critics say. Hours later, I am sitting down at my office, reviewing some material. I happen to look down and notice that I have a subway foot-long length of a crotch rip in my dress pants, to the point where it's very clear the type of underwear that I'm wearing. I immediately call the front desk, who is being supervised by one of our student workers, and she was actually one of the students hours earlier in my presentation. I say, Natalie, I have had a legitimate celebrity-like wardrobe malfunction. I have to leave right now. I fortunately live 10 minutes from campus. I'm going to my apartment. I'm going to change. I will be back in case our boss, who is the dean, asks where I am. Please tell her I had an emergency. I arrive home 10 minutes later. Before I can get into the front door, a Rottweiler chases me. If you know anything about York, York is known as an area in which animals, for some reason, roam as freely as people. I've always had this perspective that, like in a horror movie, I have one good sprint in me. That day was especially breezy. As I enter the apartment building, I wait for the elevator to open because, of course, this would happen during a time in which I live on the very top floor, so I am inevitably going to come across people. The individual who comes out of the elevator as I am waiting is a woman that I started talking to who lives in the building, and we had our scheduled date the next day. She happens to be leaving the elevator with several large bags because she needed help throwing it out, which is outside to the other side of the building. She is struggling. I am the only one there. So now, representing my best and free self, before I even go upstairs, I take the bags with her outside. I go upstairs, I change, I go back to campus. The first two people I see are one of my colleagues and then the dean of students. They both look at me and smile and say, "How's your day been?" Scuttlebutt has run fast the last half hour. Then they start asking me about what happened in detail. And the reason why this spread is because one of them had one of those students in one of the other classes. And the student was saying, Jonathan gave an interesting presentation. He was telling us at one point about dress for success, but we could clearly see his black silk underwear inches away from us. And we had no idea, was he like method acting? What was he doing? Then the dean of students at a popular campus in the state of Pennsylvania looks at me, smiles, and says, I bet they were paying attention, which is an ultimate euphemism for a penis joke from a dean of students to an employee who's been there 1 month. The moral of the story is that 1, my underwear was very comfortable. 2, I can outrun a Rottweiler. 3, similar to what Tony said, if you want to show your love, help a woman out when you can. And then lastly, if a dean of students can make a penis joke to a newer employee, I think I chose the right place to work. Thank you for your time.